Jamie's cutting this. Did everybody write down their predictions? The first three, you want to write down what you think, maybe which, not which color is going to be soaked up. Maybe one of them will be soaked up first. Maybe one color will come in a little bit darker than the other. Maybe some will start showing within a few hours, and maybe another one you think might take longer to show the color and the leaves. That's for the first part. And then the second part is for these last three ones here. And if you want to just predict what you think, which color you think might be soaked up more again, or when we get this one to be in, we'll do the red and the blue one. Maybe do you think it's going to turn out to be purple? When you mix red and blue, is the color's going to come up to be purple? Or
is that one going to be sharing one of these, like these two?
It'll be sharing these two.
With these two flowers?
Yes.
Just trying to make my predictions.
Oh no, that's fine. Thank you for asking questions. So what were some of your guys' predictions? Adam, what did you predict for this first set here?
I think that this one will be darker than the other two.
Why?
Because there's less water with the same amount of food coloring drops.
See, I said the other way because there's more water.
But like, it's a higher concentration of food coloring than this one.
But it's a higher concentration of water in this one, and if it soaks with the water and the food coloring's in the water.
But you're wrong.
I put that this one will soak up the fastest because there's more stem to water ratio. But this one will be the most concentrated color because of the more food coloring.
Yeah, see, I said that'll soak the fastest too, but it'll be lighter. This one's darker because of the concentration.
Those are all very good predictions. You guys are awesome. Because some of those are things I didn't think of. What did you guys predict for the last three here? Maybe, do you think that the pink one's going to come out like a bright pink? Do you think it's going to be maybe a paler looking pink?
I think it's going to be a light pink and just on little.
Oh, awesome, Jamie. Okay, we're going to
And that one's going to be half and half.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Faux show.
Okay. So you think this one will be half and half?
Yeah.
And why do you think that?
Because your other one is half and half.
No, because only half the stem is in blue and only half the stem is in red.
I think it's going to be all blue because blue is the darkest color. And that's what's
So you think the genetic traits are going to...
Do you think they're going to mix in here and the blue's going to take over?
Yeah.
Because the cells in there are structurally organized, that the cells that are connected to this one are going to take it up on this side, and the cells that are connected to this one are going to take it up on that side.
Wow,
over my head.
Those are awesome predictions. I have already previously finished the experiment for you so we can see some results today.
Yeah.
These here are your three green ones. This one was with the 30 milliliters of water. This one would be the 60 and this one was the 90. So, what can you guys tell me? Did anyone's predictions, the end product predictions come?
Yes.
Yes, this one was the highest concentration of color.
Okay. And actually when I did this, like when I kept checking it periodically, the one with less amount of water was showing up first. It took a long time for just, if you guys, bring this around, you guys can see there's just a little bit of color here on those leaves. And that's been sitting out for over 24 hours now. So it took this one a long time to soak up, or for the color to come to the top. This one here I chose to do red and purple, and I had them in different cups at my house, so that's why the stems do not reach in this one. But this is the red one, it's just a simple color. Here's the split one of red and purple. However, I have a previous experiment from last week I did. This is a better example. This is red and blue, like what we are doing here.
Purple when they mix right there.
Right.
But it stayed on one side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and you guys can see the stem here. They're colored. It's dyed.
It didn't mix.
So tomorrow in class what we're going to do is we're going to dissect the plant and look at the stems and the different colors here.
Ooh.
As to why these they turn different colors darker. It's because of the concentration, like Adam was talking about. There's less water and the same amount of drops of solution. So this has more food coloring in it, so it's going to come up darker, whereas this has very little food coloring compared to the amount of water. So it's going to be coming up lighter.
Is that also the reason why it started shutting out quicker?
Yes. Because this had, and when it was sucking up the water was taking up was not diluted, but it was mostly food colored, right. It is then absorbed to the root hairs. Those are what absorbs the water. And the root hair cells have a large surface area so that the plant can absorb enough water from the soil. So that's how it gets the amount of water that we want. This is a dissection picture of the xylem vessel. We're going to look at that tomorrow in detail. But water travels from the roots of the plant to the leaves. The water is carried in the xylem vessel. The effective water molecules clinging to each other and clinging to the side of the tube help suck the water up the plant. So these are the walls here, and these are the water molecules, and they're being sucked up the plant. They're stuck together. So the food coloring sticks with the water and sucks it up to the leaves. Here's a picture of the stomata. Okay, so it's on the underside of the leaves, which we'll look at, and they're tiny holes which allow the plant to breathe. So we're looking here, to stomata. When the water reaches the leaves, it evaporates and escapes through the stomata. So that's part of the process of transpiration. As the water escapes, more water is drawn up by the xylem by the suction pressure. So it's like when you would suck in a straw, suck your water, that's like what's happening with the water coming up the stem. Plants need to have water evaporate from their leaves to keep the transpiration stream flowing to cool themselves down. They need to have a balance between water loss and water gain. So when you have rain and there's a lot of water coming down, they need to transpire and get rid of some of that, have the water evaporate in order to have a healthy balance of being cool and being a little bit warm. Okay, so in coloring the water with food colors does not harm the plant in any ways, but allows you to see the movement through the water in roots and shoots. So what we did today did not harm the plants. So today's objective was to, yes, Sarah?
So if you put them back in the normal water, would they go back to white?
No. That's a very good question. Okay, so today's objective was to explain how plants transport water and nutrients through transpiration. So yesterday we started our plant unit. Today we talked about transpiration, and tomorrow we're going to dissect our flowers we just experimented with.